All right, so over the last about 7-8 months, we've been in unprecedented times with COVID and work from home. And one thing we touched on previously was just how over the last 13 years, you and Carrie and your team has really tried to build, a culture of people just wanting to strive for excellence and have fun at their work. So even your Furry Friends initiative. And then one of the things that I didn't touch on last time, but kind of cracked me up a few years ago, you shared with me that at your Christmas party, you would draw one of your employees, right? Or you create some artwork there. So it's really fun.
Yeah.
I've never heard it was boss painting.
We have a white elephant every year, and there's always a different letter that the gift has to start with. And so traditionally, I've always when someone's name starts with that letter, I would paint them and I would wrap that up.
Oh
yeah. That's some good laughs.
That's amazing.
But strangely, people didn't seem to want to take that home. I don't know.
But I think that you've worked really hard. But so when COVID started, what happened as a company from did you guys have to shut down?
Yeah,
things like that. What's that look like?
Yeah, great question. Well, like everyone, we didn't know what to expect when this first hit in March, and I felt really concerned. I didn't know, are we going to lose clients? Are we going to lose business? Are we going to have to do layoffs? What's going to happen here? Because we'll do anything possible to not lay people off.
Yeah.
So when it hit, I said everyone can work from home, and nearly everyone did start working from home. I always stayed in the office. I continued to work in the office, and we didn't know what to expect. As time went on, I realized that people are realizing that their online presence is more valuable than ever.
Yeah.
And for us, that's valuable because that's what we do. We create great websites, we help with search engine optimization, social media marketing, etc. And so the whole COVID experience for Blue Compass has been positive in some ways, in that it's probably brought us more business than if not. We've had, some clients here or there who've had worse years, and we've had some clients who've had better years, but most of our clients, we have great clients. We work really hard to work with organizations that take their online presence seriously, that want to grow.
Yeah.
And because of that, our clients have really responded well to this, in that they know that this is not a time for them to be silent online. They know that online communication is really important during this time, and that their audience needs to hear from them, and that this isn't a time to stop their marketing dollars. So we have a great client base, and we've been able to stay very busy throughout this whole time. So in that sense, it's been good for Blue Compass, and we feel very thankful and blessed. My heart goes out to all the businesses, and probably those small businesses especially, that have been hurt during this time. This has been a tough time economically, and I think we'll rebound, we'll bounce back, but it's not easy to run a business. It's not easy to have a small business, and we want those businesses to recover as soon as possible. From an employee perspective, I'm surprised how hard it was for me to work in this office without my team members. I knew it was going to be not as fun as normal, but to come in here and have it be quiet and not really have anyone around was very difficult. And we'd worked so hard at building a great culture that to have that culture remote and not together was difficult. So we've worked really hard to make sure our culture is still good as people are remote. Now, a number of months later, we give people the freedom to do what they want. So they can come work in the office, or they can work from home, whatever they're comfortable with. And that's been good. We've been able to continue to be efficient in everything. We have about half of our office in right now. So it's great to see people in person, and I really enjoy that. But we try to be really purposeful about our culture remotely as well. It's extra important to check in with people when they're remote. If you have a remote office, creating a sense of community is even more important. One of the things we've done is we use Microsoft Teams, and of course we'll do a call at the beginning of the day for our departments. Departments will have a call at the end of the day too, and check in throughout. But then we also have a section where it's called offbeat, and people can just put comments.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, we'll put our office manager, Laura, has done a great job because she's put jokes in there. She's put fun comments on there. One of the things that she does is she'll ask a question at the beginning of each day, and people will answer it, and there'll be a lot of fun banter. Another thing she did is she wrote down every single day, hey, say something nice about Katrina. Hey, what's something that you like about Carrie? And then everyone will just kind of chime in with some nice, kind comments. And I think that was really encouraging to a lot of our team members. And she ended up taking all those comments and putting them into cards and then mailing them to our team members. So I think that was a good connection as well. I've personally written cards to our team members just telling them I miss seeing you in the office, looking forward to being back together, appreciate what you do. And so anything you can do to create more connections when you're remote is important.
Yeah, that's great advice. I know Blue Compass, most of the time people are here, but in general, if you're an employer seeking 100% virtual employee, and what would you recommend that person that's seeking that type of employment put on their resume? Like, do you have any ideas on that? Because it seems like this is a whole new resume builder almost.
Sure. Yeah. So for someone who's seeking a remote job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think all the basics are still very applicable.
For sure.
Talking about, your passions and your resume, your experience and things like that. Mm-hmm. Familiarity with technology is important.
Yeah.
So anything you can do to emphasize that.
Mm-hmm. So even how to work with Microsoft Teams would be something potentially, or just
these days, if you want a remote position, I mean, things like that, familiarity with video webinars and things like that would be generally probably something I would look for if I was in that position. And then I think also just speaking to your desire to collaborate and be part of a good culture, to interact with others. That's probably especially important if you're remote.
No, that's great. No, you touched on a lot of the some of my additional questions. I think there's a lot of wisdom with that, what you shared, and it's really cool how you've kept that culture. You said Laura was one that was say something nice about an employee.
Yep.
That's so neat. That's a really, really neat initiative and idea to do that, and I like the comment section you guys created too. I'm sure it's pretty funny at times too.
It was very, very interesting.
That's the way to keep it going. That's really smart, and that's really cool, and it's encouraging to know that things have stayed steady for you guys, and that's really good. I share your concern for companies that are going through that, the valley right now. There are companies where they can't, serve their clients the way that they would like to, but hopefully, we'll bounce back sooner as a community here, and through these trying times, it can also be a time to get stronger. But
absolutely.
But it's hard. It's really hard, and hopefully things will bounce back quickly. So, thank you again for joining us, and I know I learned a lot, and it's very kind of you to spend your time with us today. So, thank you.